Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to show you step by step how to create an interactive prototype in Figma. If you are new to Figma or just getting started with prototyping, don't worry. I'll explain everything slowly and clearly, so let's get started. Right now, I already have a few pages, around 4 or 5, that I have designed in Figma. Each page represents a different screen of my apps. For example, the first page is the home screen, the second one might be a profile page. You can easily duplicate frames in Figma by selecting your design, pressing Ctrl plus D or CMD plus D, and then making small adjustment on each page. This way, all your page stay consistent in layout and style. Before we move on, I recommended naming each frame properly, something like page 1, home, page 2, profile, and so on. It's a small thing, but it helps a lot when you start linking them in prototype mode later. Part 2, starting prototype mode. Okay, now that our page are ready, Let's start creating the interaction. Go ahead and click on one of your button or shapes. For example, a rectangle that you're using as a button. On the on the right hand panel, you will see two main tabs: design and prototype. Click on prototype and you will see a small blue circle or node appear next to your selected object. What this does is it lets you connect one frame to another. So now I'll click on the blue node, drag it and drop it onto my second page, the profile page. This means that when I click on this button during the prototype preview, it will navigate from the home page to the profile page. You will also notice a small interaction window pop up. Here you can set details like trigger on click action, navigate to destination, page to profile, animation, slide in, push, dissolve, or instant. I'll just slide in from right because it feels natural, like sweeping to the next page in a mobile app. Next, I'll repeat this process for the other page. So I'll go to page 2, profile, and add a button that links to page 3 settings. Again, click the shape, go to prototype, and drag the node to page 3. Do the same for all the pages so they're all connect in a flow. You can also make backward navigation. For example, add a back button on each page that links back to the previous screen. Just drag the prototype node backward and select a slide in from left animation so it feels like going back. This helps your prototype feel more realistic and functional. Then, once you have linked all the pages, it's time to preview. At the top right corner, click the play or present icon. This opens your prototype in full screen. Try clicking the button, see how the transition work. You can negative through the page as if it were a real app. If you find any button not working or going to the wrong page, just go back and fix the connection. A good tip here, use the flow starting point feature. Click on the starting frame, your home screen, and click the small play icon that says set as starting frame. This ensures your prototype always starts from that page. Adjusting interaction action and animation. Now, let's talk a bit about animation settings. You can adjust how the page transition look and feel. For example, instant switch immediately with no animation. Dissolve fades smoothly between screens. Slide in or out. Slides the screen from one direction. Smart Animate automatically animates matching elements between two screens. If your design has elements that move slightly, try Smart Animate. It can make your prototype look very dynamic, almost like a coded application. You can also set animation duration and easing. For example, 300 ms and easy in out to make it more natural. Creating the final page interaction, expanding buttons. Now, let's move on to the most interesting part, the final page, where we will make a button that shows three new buttons when clicked. So Here I have my last pages, and I have placed one main button in the middle. What I want is, when I click this button, three smaller buttons appear below it, like expanding an option or action. To do that, first I'll duplicate this frame on the duplicate version. I'll reveal or make visible the three additional buttons. You can arrange them nicely below the main button and adjust the spacing. Then go back to the original frame, the one with just the main button. Select the main button, go to prototype and link it to the duplicated frame, the one where the extra buttons are visible in the interaction panel. Set trigger on click, action, change to destination frame with three buttons, animation, smart animate, ease out, duration 400 ms. Now preview again, click the button and the other button appears. It looks like a small menu expansion or a pop-up animation. If you want, you can also make a refresh interaction. Click one of the new buttons, link it back to the first frame so it collapses again. adding details and polishing. Once all the interaction work, it's time to polish your prototype. You can rename your connection, adjust timing, or even add overlays. If you want to simulate pop-up windows, you can also simulate mobile scrolling. Select your frame, go to prototype settings, and set the scrolling behavior to vertical scrolling. This is useful if your screen is taller than the frame size. Testing and sharing the prototype. Finally, when you're happy with everything, it's time to test and share your prototype. Click the play button again and test every interaction careful. Try clicking every button to make sure all transition feel right. Once it's done, click share prototype at the top. You can copy the link and share it with your friends, teammates, or client. You can even choose whether people can view, comment, or edit. Then wrapping up. And that's it. We have just finished building a complete interactive prototype in Figma, from linking page, settings, animation to create advanced interaction like expanding button. If you made it this far, congratulations. You now understand the basic and intermediate feature of Figma prototyping. Remember, prototyping isn't just about making it clickable, it's about showing how your design feels in motion. So don't be afraid to experiment with transition, delays, or smart animation to make it more alive. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and drop a comment below if you have any question. See you in the next tutorial and happy designing in Figma. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.